RJ 2.3. I'm going to talk about working with families first. Families first is the Bradford sort of name, and in Leeds as well, but mainly obviously I tend to work more in Bradford. Families First is the name given to the Troubled Families Agenda, which was a government initiative about 5 years ago, which targeted families that were really difficult, that were classed as being high tariff, in terms of criminality, worklessness, low school attendance. And again, it links back into my RJ 2.2, where I talked about an attendance officers and about how they put things in place. So Families First is very much all linked in with that. And how it worked in Bradford was that there was a Families First worker that was allocated a family, and then they looked at all the different organisations and all the different people that were involved with them, and then they sort of put plans together on how everybody could, how people could work together, but how we could improve the school attendance, work, and how it impacts on criminality and housing and all the other different things. In terms of being it, because it was Families First, or the Troubled Families Agenda is payments by results. So it was you mainly could cash in, which was basically get paid once you'd got the young people back into school, and parents back into work. And they were some of the sort of the main indicators, as well as reducing antisocial behaviour, housing, criminality. I mean, obviously, there's underpinning things from the government around about getting people back into work and reducing unemployment figures and things. But in terms of what they did, I thought it was really good, because they pulled everybody together. They put a plan together which was very much focused on the family, and the family were included in that. So for me, one of the things that it highlighted was how inclusive this team of people were, in that some of these families were really, really difficult and really difficult to engage, but actually they got a say in who they wanted involved, I suppose, to a point, but what they wanted to be done. So what did they think they needed? Did they need, and for some, it was about working through what, for some parents, work and being ready for work was so much down the line, but the people that were coordinating it were really good in building their confidence and building them up to being able to go back to work and go back to school. Well, not necessarily school, go back to education if they needed, but be work ready, to be to have the confidence. I mean, you're looking at parents that had kids at 16 and 17, and then have just gone on to have more and more children that have never worked. They've never experienced that. They've probably got, for most, they've got a really negative view on education. So going back into that, as communities, and where some of them come from, especially places like Holmwood or Buttershaw, you've already got those. You've got this preconceived idea of those people on those sort of who live in that area, have this preconceived ideal about education, and that they're not good enough for it, or school's just not good enough. They're not good enough for that. All that they will achieve is sitting smoking in the house, because that's what their families did, and that's what their families before that, and that's what all their friends' families did. So it's really difficult to be able to get them to break that cycle. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But it takes a long time. And again, and I know that I talk about this a lot, and it's something that I put an awful lot of value into, is relationships. If we build relationships, it's a bit like behaviour management in a classroom. If we have good relationships with those young people, it means that, I think it enables us to be able to tackle things and talk to people, and broach those really difficult subjects and difficult behaviours, because we've got that relationship, and we can have that dialogue, and we can go in there and come away, and we can say go into houses, or we can go and see parents, and we can say to them, look, we're not happy with this, or have you tried doing this, or what about you read this book, or you